That's METHA8, and representing them today is their CEO, Zhaotan Xiao. Their team has created a methanol-to-power technology for 24/7 baseload generation with 60% efficiency and integrated CO2 capture. Zhaotan, the time is all yours.
Hello everyone, very pleased to present METHA8. We can deliver decarbonized power that is cost competitive with Singapore's LNG-based power, number one. Number two, ours is the lowest cost CO2 capture system that we know of. And number three, this whole platform is built around a liquid feedstock that is easy to transport and handle. So the demand for power has exploded due to AI and electrification. The good news is renewable energy costs have plummeted, but a lot of it is stranded in locations that's far away from demand. Lots of people have been trying to transport this renewable energy in the form of green hydrogen, but we all know that hydrogen gas is very hard, very challenging to transport, right? So our solution is to combine the green hydrogen with CO2 to make methanol. This is the simplest liquid carbon fuel and a very mature technology. Once it is in the liquid form, it is easy for us to ship using existing infrastructure to locations of demand, like in Singapore. But the key is not to burn it. The moment you burn things, you have to deal with the NOx, the SOx, and the SUT. Instead, our solution, our approach is to crack that methanol back into CO2 and hydrogen. The hydrogen is used to make electricity, and that CO2, let's send it back to where we have green hydrogen production to make methanol again. This loop has been patented by METHA8 and represents the 8 in our name. All right, again, today we are burning fuel to produce electricity, and most of that CO2 is released, right? When people try to capture the CO2, it's usually post-combustion at the exhaust, which is expensive because you need to do scrubbing and concentration. Our approach is completely different. Number one, we do not burn. We are producing electricity electrochemically via fuel cells, and the only byproduct is water. Number two, we're capturing the CO2 pre-combustion. This whole setup is simpler, cleaner, and cheaper. Our product is a proprietary ARM system that produces pure hydrogen for power generation because that CO2 is immediately captured by potassium carbonate that we've added into the methanol. The resulting bicarbonate is then cycled out into another pot where we open the soda can and 100% pure CO2 comes out. Right? The whole system is very efficient because it is purely driven by the waste heat from the fuel cell. We're talking about around 60% efficiency, which is comparable to LNG CCGT or 2 times that of diesel gensets. But now this is 100% decarbonized because we spend around $13 a ton to liquefy the CO2 so that we can move it around. This is literally the lowest cost CO2 capture system that we know of. If methanol to power efficiency is at 60%, what it really means is we have found a way to make synthetic renewable fuels cost competitive with LNG CCGT. And LNG CCGT constitutes 95% of Singapore's power at a fuel cost of around 7 to 8 cents per kilowatt hour. And then you need to go through the grid. And the grid is very expensive. And that's why in Singapore, electricity prices is closer to 20 cents. That same natural gas can be turned into methanol, but now you can bring it to your doorstep, bypassing the grid, deliver electricity direct to you at 10 cents per kilowatt hour. A diesel genset can also bypass the grid, but it is at 30% efficiency. Ours is at 60, and that's why we're still the lowest cost. For green methanol, there are 2 types. The first is biomethanol. All this biomass waste in Southeast Asia should be turned into biomethanol for logistical reasons. And it is great from an energy security point of view. It is already commercially viable, right? And of course, wherever you have excess renewables, we would like to send you our CO2 to make e-methanol. The SOFC capex is a bit high today, but even at today's prices, we think we can achieve less than 5-year payback in Singapore. The US DOE thinks that SOFCs will reach price parity with fossil power plant cost by 2030. Ours is a no-regrets investment because we give you full control and flexibility in terms of your feedstock choices, grey or green, and CO2 handling. None of our competitors are working with a pre-power generation CO2 capture. And we are working very, very closely with the oil industry to engineer this, right? Tapping on their engineering capabilities to design and build our system. This is a great way for the oil industry to get involved in electrification, which otherwise they are missing out. And we think they will play a critical role in propelling adoption for our system. We're very proud to announce our MOU with Keppel Data Centers to deliver decarbonized power to their next generation AI data centers. And we're working with one of the oil majors in our region to specifically around microgrid EV charging for remote locations and along highways. We're working with some of the world's best to continue developing our product. And our business model will evolve over time, starting with outsourcing hardware manufacturing for speed and scale, and then into certifications for traceability. And eventually, we need to become a turnkey solution provider, selling clean electricity and dealing with all the logistics for our clients. If we win, the money will go towards building a 10 kilowatt module at ISCE squared, which the learnings from which will go into the design of a commercial unit deliverable in 2029. We will have huge impact because adoption has no few cost barriers. And we have a great team led by Mr. Lee Keng Nam, founder of Vertex, on the technical side by Gerard de Nazel, who was the head of R&D for Aramco. Please join us as we move into the age of electrochemistry, beyond fossil, beyond combustion, and seize the opportunity.
And seize the opportunity. Thank you, Zhao Dan, for your presentation.